fucking dick tits. I just had to walk around my whole apartment to make my leg not asleep. I still want to film one more video though. This is 3 videos in one day because I feel really passionate right now and this is the best time to film. So my leg's probably gonna fall asleep shortly. I'm gonna have a sip of beer and we're gonna move on. This video is gonna be titled, What Your Soul Wants You to Know. Hi guys, I'm Marley Silva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I love you a lot. I miss you. It's good to see you. You're looking good today. Love ya, miss ya. I'm giving you my light. I'm giving you my love. I'm giving you everything from above. Okay, that was really cringy. I'm in a great mood. Obviously, you guys can tell. If you feel like shit, this is my energy to you. Take it, take it. Take my lovely energy. You need it. You must have it. Take it. Okay, I'm gonna do a thumbnail super quick fast so I don't forget. The last 3 thumbnails on my channel are gonna look the exact same, but it's a different video. Should I take different versions? No, because they're gonna be the same. I don't give a shit. All right, so this video is titled, What Your Soul Wants You to Know. So, I love this because obviously you are your soul. Obviously you're connected to the universe, God up above, and your surroundings. But, you know, sometimes it can be hard to understand your soul's journey on this planet or why you were plucked into the life that you're in, you know? And I think that your soul wants you to know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. When you think, oh my gosh, I want this to happen quicker, or I wish that this was already happening in my life, or I wish I would have done this sooner. Your soul wants to tell you that you're exactly where you want to be or where you need to be. You know, every day that goes by, every year that goes by, every decade that goes by, when you look back, you're a completely different person. You may still hold the same values, ethics, morals, principles. You may have refined your thoughts and refined your practice. But at the end of the day, you're still that same person, but you've grown so much and you've evolved so much, and where you're at is exactly where you're meant to be. Even if things feel like they're not changing for you, or things aren't happening as quick as you want them to, or, you know, you have to wait for certain things. Patience is a virtue. You know, your soul's telling you, you're here. You need to feel this. You need to go through this. You need to have this happen because you're exactly where you need to be. In the future, you're going to look back and be happy and proud of those moments because they needed to happen. But you have to appreciate where you're at so you can enjoy where you're going. You have to appreciate where you're at to enjoy where you're going. If you don't appreciate where you're at, you're never going to appreciate where you're going. I tell the people this all the time. If I don't love my 80s, 90s apartment, I'm never going to appreciate that 5-bedroom house on the water with my husband and kids and never having to work a day in my life again. I'm never going to appreciate that, because when you're given things and you don't have to work for things, or things just happen for you, or you've never had to work for them, you're never going to appreciate as much as you had to work for every single cent to get it. And it's so true. When I was a kid, I had so much growing up, and that actually did frame me to be an amazing person. But in my early 20s, I lost it all. I lost everything. I had to start from nothing, from peanuts. And if I wouldn't have gone through that from 21 to 28, I would have never, ever appreciated the amount of beautiful things that are to come in my future, because I had to be in the darkest, most painful, loneliest, poorest, saddest points of my life to be able to look back and be like, okay, I faced that and I lived that and I never want to go back there. But because I've faced and been there, I know that I'll be able to enjoy what's coming towards me, because I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at now. And I know I'm going to work even harder to get where I want to be. So important. And your soul wants you to know that so badly. Next point. Life is bigger than the issues of the day-to-day. So, you know, I like to use the expression, being an adult is putting out fires every single day. I'm sure there's parents out there that would be like, yeah, being a parent is having to put out separate fires every single day. And it's so true, because every day you're faced with challenges. Every day you're faced with things that happen where you're just like, oh, just another one, pile it on, another one, really, another one. But that's just that day. Are you going to care about it next week? Maybe not. Are you going to think about it a year from now? Maybe. And you might appreciate that you're not living that in that exact moment in the future. But life is bigger than the trials and the tribulations of that day. You know, take everything head on, face it, understand that it's not something that's preferable to what you want, but face it, accept it, process it, and move on, period. Next point. The universe is so fast, don't sweat the small stuff. I feel like, well, don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, we just kind of covered that. Okay, the last point. You are bigger than yourself. So that one's very true. So when you think of your life, you probably think of your connections and your stature and your social standing and your family ties and your footprint on the world. But what you need to realize is you are so much bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? Like, the universe is so connected energetically that what you do on a day-to-day basis is so much bigger than the little things that you think mean so much in that moment. You're so much bigger than yourself. And that's why I think a lot of people talk of what's going to be my legacy, and, what am I going to leave to my kids, and what am I going to leave my footprint on this world. And I think, you have to be proud of yourself as a whole, and you have to realize that, like, you're way bigger than yourself. When you look back on the great legends and the great people of the past, they probably knew that, like, they were going to be bigger than themselves in the reality that they were in during that period of time. Look at Marilyn Monroe for an example. People are still going crazy about her years in the future, and it's on a way bigger scale than it was when she was alive. Like, you are so much bigger than yourself. And having self-awareness and realizing your impact, comes with a lot of responsibility, and comes with not a lot of pressure, but a lot of self-awareness. And you have to be self-aware to know that every step that you take forward is going to lead you in a certain direction. And do you want to take the steps forward in a positive direction, or do you want to take the steps backward to regress? And, everybody's individual. Everybody has their own thoughts and their own decisions and their own reality and their own experiences that led them to where they're at and where they're going. But I truly think a life of gratitude, and a life of peace, and a life of kindness, and a life of forgiveness, and a life of perseverance outweighs stepping on others to get promotions, stepping on others to get to the top, lying to get quick gratifications, doing shady things behind people's back when they'll never find out. Those are all things that I'm sure when you die and you have that 7-minute tape loop that's playing in your head, are you going to be proud of that? Is that something that in that moment when you're dying and your soul is getting taken out and put either up or down, are you going to be proud of that? And I am nowhere near perfect at all, ever. I've made so many mistakes. I've burned so many bridges. I've hurt so many people. I've hurt myself. But I've made actionable efforts to change. I've made actionable efforts to be better. I've taken actionable efforts to grow. I don't want to be like that ever again. I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be dishonest. I don't want to be scheming. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to live my life for others. And it's major. Like, you really have to dissect it and do a lot of work on yourself to get to that point. And you have to face a lot of pain to get to that point. But not everyone's going to understand you. Not everyone's going to accept you. Not everyone's going to reach into the depths of your soul and sit there with you and get it. Not everyone's going to. Some people like being on the surface. Some people like being in the shallows. For those of us that live in the depths of the ocean, in the deepest parts with the weird eyeballs and the antennas, the freaks, those of us that love the depth, will appreciate each other. And there are people that will love you and accept you and meet you down there and hold space for you. And sometimes the people in your life that you love the most are stuck at the top, and they're stuck in the shallow waters, and they have no idea, or they're scared to go down to the dark. And for those of us that have so much love and passion and tenacity inside of us that live in the depths of the ocean, you know, it's lonely. Do you think that we're going to get the fresh fish at the top? No. You know, we have to wait and, you know, stalk and earn our food, because not much comes down here. But when we get it, it's that much more gratifying. Whereas those at the shallow water, they get it all the time and it means nothing to them because they don't appreciate it. Very weird metaphor and enclave, but I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I need to have a little snack. The chips and the beer are not cutting it. Casual Wednesdays at 2:11. But I love you guys so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is what your soul wants you to know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. I appreciate it all, and I always reply to your guys' comments. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. 3 videos.